So we got up this morning, had our breakfast, trucked back out here where we were going to camp last night. We were going to camp up in this little canyon here, but it was so dry and so hot. No water, no anything, so that's why we said yesterday we went back. But this is Fish Mouth Cave, and we are going to go up. I thought it was just a cave when I was first reading about it, but apparently there's a bunch of ruins and stuff up here as well, so this seems, I don't know, like a cool place to go. And then from here, just about 3 miles further down Comb Ridge here, there's another ruin we're going to see, and we're going to see what time it is because there's a ton of stuff down here, but can only fit so much in the day. But we're off to an early start this morning. Cash slept so good last night. He snored for like hours.
And he wouldn't wake up.
And I kept shaking him. I thought he died once because he like quit making noise and he wouldn't move. But we didn't kill him. He was just in a coma. And he is all up and ready to go this morning. So I haven't been up here before. It's not a very long trail. There's a lot of... Oh, hey man, we're running into ruins already. Like I didn't even notice.
Told you.
We're only, 100 yards in.
Something like that. Ain't far at all.
I thought they were not even going to be anything till we got up into the stuff. So this looks like there's supposed to be cave art or petroglyphy stuff all through here.
That's aged enough.
Yeah, and you can tell it's like chipped in there, like a whole bunch of little pieces, as opposed to some of the other stuff. But anyway, little pieces of wall. More little pieces of wall. I don't see any more drawings, but cool. I mean, that's a good start. Oh, here's some pottery. You can always tell how...
Could have been a tool. That's kind of a very smooth.
Yeah, cutting tool, something. Cool. Good start. So this trail is actually fairly well marked. There's porta potties down at the end of it, so I'm guessing this gets used pretty hard, but the trail forks all over the place is the thing. So it drops down there, but the last trail just brought us up, and there's this trail going this way. So, oh, that would be because there's ruins up here. So if you're not paying attention, you could miss stuff. Okay, so yeah, actually, that's crazy weird. Although it looks like it's filled in with stuff. Is that the doghouse?
Could be. Got timbers across it, so it
unusual. It's built. Okay.
Look at that slab.
Yeah, this is a pretty good size structure. I'm going with living. I don't know. Yeah, there's fire up in this one.
This was a whole mess of rooms here.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff here that's gone. All of this.
Something here.
Yeah, there's a pit here.
There's something here, something
here, and
there,
something here. This would be for sure living ruins. Lots of pottery shards. It's funny, they fenced just this one out. The rest of it's open. But like, to me, the biggest... Like, this is the second story right here. You can see the window poking out there. That one's in really good shape. stuff.
Interesting.
I think
They
they're
look cut in.
they're men. I mean, it's natural, but they're carved.
Okay.
Oh, and this one I thought would have a door or something on it. It just has that window. Even from up top, it's completely sealed. Interesting. Quite the little community going here. No, this has been built around, but I thought it was like a slab, wood slab ceiling, but it's just a rock. Just a big storage bin, but all right, I was thinking that maybe there was something in this vicinity here that will give them access to there, because that's a small, it's not a door. But there was obviously something. Obviously something here, but it doesn't lend access to that. I mean, just who knows?
Shards all over right there.
Yep, there's pottery shards here and some 3-inch corn cobs. Seems to be the thing. Lots and lots of shards. Yeah, so I wonder what is special about this that they've kept this chained, that the rest isn't. See, in these areas had fire enough that they've blacked the whole roof up. But very neatly done wall. Still in good order.
What amazes me about this one is the amount of things that you can tell were cut into the rock versus the things that were built into the rock.
Right. The windowsills are all like plastered, and there's just, I mean, I'm standing in what would be another room here, and there's another one over here, which would have made this back room just natural.
Immense.
Yeah, this has been ground to where it's completely smooth, as well as this one right here, and there's marks in the surrounding rocks here where they were grinding. I mean, this stuff's 1,000 years old. It's kind of...
Feel that.
Oh, that's got to be pottery.
Like that's got
It's
glass almost.
glazed with something. It's super smooth, slippery almost. See, in here are the areas where they were grinding. Dustin and I were talking about this yesterday. I know they hunted. There's turkey feet in a lot of the areas, on, you know, or drawings on the walls. And but for the most part, they grew corn. Eventually, they grew beans and gourds. But that means I don't know how many meals they ate a day. I don't know what their diet was like, but it was cornmeal mush 80-90% of the time, with an occasional piece of meat thrown in there. I don't know how much more ruins there are on the way up here. We're going to find out, but we're going to hike up into the cave just to, I mean, can't be 200 yards from it and not go there. All right, just around the corner was another alcove. And this would have been living quarters. There's where we're headed eventually, as soon as we stop finding stuff to look at. Man, That right there, that's the biggest corn cob I've ever seen up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, fire area. All right. Man, they must not have been very big people, because that ain't 5 foot across.
You look where the timbers were.
Yep.
I mean, I'd be whacking my head.
Yeah, not very tall. Some more corn cobs. They must have had good seeds here. Yeah, that's just rock. Those are big, big corn cobs compared to what I'm used to seeing out here. Cool, cool. One last shot, and we're gonna go up further. I don't know what else we'll find, but okay, it looks like the last little part of this climb just goes up the slick rock, which seems daunting, but you can walk right up it. Stuff is amazingly grippy, unless it has a little bit of sand on it, and then it's amazingly not grippy. All sorts of more alcoves, and the last little bit of a climb. And Cash gets to get a drink while we're up here. We found a spring down below that was pretty gross, that he jumped in and drank from.
He's got his paws set.
Oh, he's gonna go swimming. It's hot. Can't say as I blame him. So there's this little alcove up here, just adjacent to that. I think it's just rocks. I don't think it's actually a wall, but it seems like there's something there. So of course, gotta check it out. We're here. Hate it if I didn't. Big, empty room. Somebody stacked rocks up here, but it's not. They're not mortared together. They're not anything, but Dustin wins the prize on this one. They've carved steps. A step where people stepped 1,000 years ago. And these steps, Dustin's laying on them, but they go up. I guess just to here, though. Anyway, good spot to sit and think about stuff.
Your enemy's running up that hill.
Yeah, by the time they got here, you'd be able to whoop them. I have figured out what this is, Dustin.
What is it?
We thought they were nests right by our camp that leave all this greasy stuff. That is guano. Those are bat droppings. Makings for some good black powder right here.
Look at this.
Oh, okay. Here we're onto something. Some more grind marks. So, definitely a cool spot to get out of the shade, or get out of the sun for a minute. But, one more destination to go. The lighting's not very good, but there's one here. To here, to here, to here. Over to here, to there, 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 there. And then they sidestep over and go up. I mean, they didn't have their La Sportiva hiking boots to get up here. Barefoot, this would be tough. Or with moccasins, I don't know what they wore. I've gone barefoot this trip as much as I can, but it just seems like everything wants to poke you pretty hard, so.
Poke you or bite you.
Poke you or bite you. All right. Onward and upward. I have an Oculus Rift that I use my Google Earth on, which is super awesome if you guys can pull it off. They're really cool. I think the new Oculus, you don't have to have a PC. But when I bought mine, they didn't have Google Earth on it yet, but I'm sure they will. Anyway, I have stood in somebody's photo in this cave hundreds of times. Didn't see any ruins, but this is like they just build them wherever. Dustin found some over here on this edge, but I was way above them. We will look at those on the way down. This last bit of trail here has been a butt kicker. So what better place to sit and grind corn other than in the coolness of this big gigantic cave. And if they were storing it here, it makes sense that they bring the kernels up. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, bring your corn up here, grind it, and then have these little buildings to store it in. You wouldn't want to carry a clay pot very far. If you tripped and dropped it, you'd have to start all over. So lots and lots of graffiti, but there are some handprints right there that look legit. Everything else does not, but we'll go up and get a closer look. Check out that pile of corn. There's some big old corn cobs there and some obvious grinding spots. Some hunkos of clay. But ready for this.
There's the truck. See it shining.
Yeah, you can see it shining. How's that for a view? And 60 degrees in here, 65 in here maybe?
Give or take.
It's a huck to get here, but man, is it pretty. Okay, so there's 3 good ones. There's a faint one on this side, and then a reverse on this side. Pretty cool. And then every bung hole in the comes up here and visits has written their name along this wall here. I don't know why you would ruin a perfectly good site. Nobody really cares if you came here or not. This is this little ramp here, and there's the little footsteps cut out. So one there, there, up there, and they actually go all the way up to that shelf, but that'd be an uncomfortable seat. Don't know why, but they had their reason. All right, Dustin's getting kudos all over. You can see the outline. It's hard to see here, but here up and over where a wall was, a storage room would have been. You can tell when there's all this red chunky rock here that just doesn't
belong.
Like it doesn't fit in. So it's possible that they would have been all over. There's a bunch of pits. You might be able to see them down through here that may have had something in them, but it's all long gone now. Here's one more different perspective from up higher. There's moss and stuff all in the seam up here. And there's actually wet right here. Oh, and over here.
Yeah, there's a ring of it.
It just follows that. So If I could set a pot here, I guess over a week you might get a cup of water out of it. So here's another row of grinding spots, and these are deep. These are some of the deepest ones I've ever seen. Definitely fascinating. All right, we're gonna do a 360 view of the cave. We're way down lower, so the opening seems bigger. Maybe you can get an idea of the size of this thing. Okay, there is portions of the wall right by Dustin's foot, some grinding spots. And there's another wall out here to the front. See if I can get down there without breaking my neck. I'll show you closer. Okay, here's a couple of corn cobs, not big enough to make a corn cob pipe out of. And then this wall here. And then down below us is another wall.
You see there's a wall right there.
Okay, here's this last little section of wall. This is some of this stuff here sketchy to be on. And we're enjoying the last bit of shade because we are 2 steps from sunshine and a long way down. Anyway, last little section here. Who knows, maybe this was a defensive position. Because it doesn't go up. It's got a big opening in the front. Shoot your arrows out of. And there's like 40 trails on the other side, and we came out this side.
We like to do things the hard way on the clay on the trail.
Alright, here's for the weirdest thing on our video. Dustin and I build a small fire, and we're smudging this creosote plant on it. I mean, we've been out here for 2 days doing some crazy hikes and stuff, so I am actually allowing the smoke up into my shirt and venting it out my neck. And I saw this on Survivor Man, I want to believe. Anyway, it cleans. Like, I don't smell like BO anymore, and I got to tell you, Dustin and I were getting pretty hard to live with each other. 3 days in a tent, doing lots of miles of hiking and biking. I actually feel fresh. Like, I don't know how to explain it. So Dustin put his hat in there, and he can stand to put it on his head, so that's something. So anyway, we're gonna stomp this little fire out and keep on trucking. But I have always wanted to try it, and we just ran into this bush. This seemed like the place. Okay, there's those last 2 little ruins in this cave right here. We found this cool little bench to sit on. Fire's all out. Nothing smoking, no embers. It's all buried. And ways to go to get out of here. All right, guys, there's the last view of Fish Mouth Cave. We're going to head down the ridge about 3 miles and check out another set of ruins. It's about noon, and I am, I don't know, 60% sure this is the right place. Nothing is marked out here.
There's bound to be ruins here. There would be a road.
Yeah, and I agree. I got to give a shout out to, I think it's JG Hikes or GJ Hikes. I'll correct that, whichever it is, because I'm following his map. But just because he doesn't show a ruin somewhere just means that he may not have been there. I'm sure, like, there are alcoves everywhere along this comb ridge and all sorts of stuff. But this looks like a trail to me. So we're gonna go this way. We'll see if we're right. So this is something else. There's trails that go everywhere. They range cows out here. So there are just forks in all the trails. We know the general idea of where we want to go. We're making fairly educated decisions on where we think we want to go, but I won't know until we get to the end of this trail whether we picked right or not. I have no doubt there will be something, but it is blazing hot going through this section here. Come into some trees up here, I'm sure that will help. Get in that canyon, it'll be even better. There's the first place we assumed we'd see something, and it just sure doesn't look like anything to me. Lots of pretty stuff here. So we just keep making decisions one after the other. Don't know if they're poor or not, but that one paid off actually. We didn't have to climb up this ledge. Anybody that's going to come up here, you'll get to a point where there's a cairn there, and then there's one at the top here, and it just didn't seem right to come up here, but this little canyon ends in alcoves, and you've got to get up above them. So we thought for sure there'd be something in these lower alcoves, and there's nothing but barely some shade. Lots of slick rock up here. So we don't know if we've made any right decisions today or not. There's a huge alcove down here and another canyon down there. We're coming up this side, headed up this way, but there was a, please don't erase our ancient history sign, and we're following a trail for sure. There's cairns, so one has to think we're headed the right way, but
You don't want to follow the ridge here?
no, I don't think so. We'll keep going. So you just have to look around. There's a cairn. It almost looks like a row of rocks kind of leading you up there. I just have no idea where we're going. But we're going. So we found some stacks of rocks. There's no mortar or anything on them, so it makes you wonder. But it's got to be pushing one. So we're going to stop here in the shade. Ka-chow. Oh yeah, we got smoke on the roof here.
What level is it?
Okay, little storage, big wall, bigger room. Bigger room. Alright, we got a few grind spots. Who knows? There's a little, looks like a dude with a sword, but I mean really, who knows? Somebody could have done that. Another grind spot. None of this stuff is mortared though, it's really questionable. This structure over here, you can see the smoke above it, and it doesn't match up with the rocks, and they're not mortared, so I think somebody's just rebuilt these, but it's lunchtime nonetheless. So just around the corner from where we were, this is that big alcove we could see from the other one we were at anyway. There's the top of Comb Ridge. We're not super far away, but there are some ruins here, but I was looking for split level ruins, and I'm going to say no. We missed the wrong canyon. But found some anyway. That's how many of them there are up here. It's the real deal here. Looks like there's a big room behind this one. Dustin found it. Hoy. Quite the temperature change. Oh, there's water dripping out of this. And it's humid. Like you can feel the difference. That's crazy.
Wait till you get behind this wall. It changes.
Oh, it's crazy. Really cool. I wish I could get Cash a drink, but none of this water seems to be making it down there. Anyhow, big wall. There was a room there. Some little areas. Back up in here, yeah, we obviously missed a split level, but so the story goes. Here's a piece of pottery shard Dustin found, the colors on it. Kind of cool. Okay, so we were kind of looking at this the way it is. You can see like the indents where they would have taken the mud and pushed it in, and we're getting all these fingerprints in this. Kind of a cool thing. And then we look back. Look at this. There's
a hand for scale.
Yeah, an infant like footprint. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toes and a heel. They imprinted the side of their house with their baby.
But it's only this wall. This wall doesn't have.
Yeah. But you can see all the finger marks all through this. And I mean, if that's not what that is, then it sure looks like it to me.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, the other thing that we saw here is normally the grinding spots are just, little. This one is like, I mean, they were grinding here. Okay, we are just gonna bail out of here. We don't know if there's stuff further up or not, but it is scorching here today. It's supposed to be the hottest day. It was supposed to be partly cloudy today, but you know about those weather guessers. They think they're predicting stuff and all they're doing is guessing. Anyhow, big huge bowl up here. That is the top of Comb Ridge right there. If we had the wherewithal to hike up there, we could see the other side, but you know about the bear. I went up over the mountain. All he saw was the other side of the mountain, so we'll just leave it at that. Alright, here is the last windy look before we head out. And the flowers are out. The yucca's in bloom. Cactus flowers everywhere. There's yucca flowers. I've never seen them before. And we're just gonna follow the bottom of this ravine and head on out. So this is crazy. We were sitting right there in this alcove, and I'm sparingly giving Cash little drinks of my water out of my water bottle. I'm about out. Everybody's about out. And we're coming down the trail, and check this out. I mean, I don't want to drink it very bad. It's got a scum on top of it that would make you think twice about life, but he's a dog. He's swimming. He loves it. Well, I'm obviously not in Cedar Mesa anymore. What happened is we came out of that trail, and we're going to call it the Infant Foot Ruins. I don't know what the actual name of it is, but we've been reading the weather report in Blanding, which is the nearest town, and it was showing a high of 82. When we got back to the truck, it was 94. Just a different location. It's, crazy what 20, 30 miles will do. it was 2:30ish, something like that, when we got out, and we're a 7-hour drive home. We had done everything that we planned on doing on that trip, plus some. So we decided, rather than go back to Arch Canyon and just hang out and get up in the morning and go, that we just got up and we left from there. We went and grabbed our tent and everything, and headed back home. I got home, I dropped Dustin off about 10, I don't know, 10:30 or so, and I got home about 11. It was a really excellent trip, and I think the infant footprint was probably the coolest thing. The cave was awesome too, but a lot of cool stuff. I will definitely be going back. There's down that Comb Ridge, that area we're at, there's more caves, there's more ruins, there's just all sorts of stuff. I will definitely be back. I think we went about 2 to 3 weeks too late though for us guys. That, you know, it froze again here last night. It's been snowing the last couple of days here. To go from, you know, highs in the 50s to highs in the 90s was quite a jump for us. So anyhow, thank you for coming along. Please give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe if you haven't, and get out, explore. Lots of stuff to be seen.